Greg Jennings is back with us. Let's move to Tom Brady, who is gearing up for yet another run at a Super Bowl, but will do so as the most underpaid quarterback in the league with the lowest annual salary of any starter not on a rookie deal. But as Brady recently explained to Jimmy Kimmel, he's pretty satisfied with his current situation.
I think the thing I've always felt for me in my life, winning has been a priority, and my wife makes a lot of money, so.
I see. Oh, good. That's good. That works out well.
I'm a little smarter than you think. Actually, it's a salary cap. Everyone, you can only spend so much, and the more that, one guy gets is less for others. And I think for a competitive advantage standpoint, I'd like to, get a lot of good players around me.
I hope the Patriots appreciate that you do that. I really do.
Hey, Tom Brady, you guys don't watch Game of Thrones. That's Jon Snow. He's married the Queen of Dragons, the Mother of Dragons. Love this. As I said a couple weeks ago.
You're wrong.
Gisele deserves credit for the Patriots' success. Tom Brady just backed me up.
No, she lucked up and married somebody who cares about winning more than anything else, because she could have married me, and I cared a damn about winning. Money first and only. That was no haircuts needed when they came to me in my career. And there are different lanes of guys. I've seen guys who play for attention, accolades. I've seen guys go out there for winning only, and some guys like me just wanted to make the dough. How do you make the dough? Be the best you are. And she can't get credit because look at the timeline. They got married in 2009. They married for a year. They're on their honeymoon. And guess what Tom Brady does in 2010? Signs an extension to become the highest paid player in the NFL. You're already with Gisele. That money already in. If y'all break up, divorce, you're getting half of that. Guess what he did? He said, I'm going to get mine. So let's not give Tom Brady too much credit in the fact that he's always taking these hometown discounts. This is a guy who's already been to that mountain. It's okay at the back end of your career to take a little less to go out there in terms of winning.
You know what, Jason?
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Thank you.
I do, but I think it's a culmination of both. I think you have a guy who understands that the importance of winning and what it takes to have around him. But he also understands that I can afford to do this because my family is not going to, my family doesn't really rely on me solely. Where a lot of athletes, a lot of us, our family relies on the income that we make. What we bring to the table is what will provide and give our families that longevity of wealth, if you will. And so I think what he's experiencing is something that most athletes will never experience. Celebrities experience on an everyday basis. But athletes, they're the breadwinner. They feel like all the burden is on them. They don't have that counterpart that takes some of that weight off of them. He has that. And so I can't say that I've experienced that. And most can say that they haven't experienced that. So to say that she doesn't deserve some of the credit?
No, she doesn't.
No, she does. She definitely does.
It's just the fact that, look, she found someone.
Not 5%.
No, zero. Because she could have married anybody who had a different mindset. His mindset was, I still want to be the highest paid player. After they're married, he still went out there and said, I have to be the highest paid player. It's easy to be charitable when you have excess. When you already been the highest paid player for a decade or so, then you're like, okay, you know what? Let me take a little haircut for everyone else to win, and it looks like a greater story. But in reality, it's because that's just gravy on this train. Like, this guy's already been there in terms of the money and been there in terms of success. What keeps his longevity?
He ain't been there in terms of $35 million a year like Russell Wilson just got.
No, and he can't do that now.
But I also think that's why I say it's a culmination of both. Because yes, he's not the highest paid quarterback. He's not even one of the highest paid top 10, 12 players in the league. But when you look at what he can bring in an endorsement, there's so much money that he can make and that he does make outside of the sphere of football. But because of his status in football and what he's been able to accomplish, that he doesn't need to go to the New England Patriots and say, hey, this is my bottom line. Can you meet that? No, I don't need that.
But they have different situation up there. Look, it was reported that even the collective bargaining has come into of concern, where he has his TB12 facility, and the Patriots are not only helping supposedly with giving him clients, but maybe the real estate for that as well. That came into conversation. Tom Brady's playing chess at a whole different level. He's like, I don't need this bottom line, just what this number is. Like you said, it's all the ancillary things that are being added to that equation.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that's not his wife.
Okay, let me just, both of y'all are married and got plenty of experience. When you're playing a game of chess like Tom Brady is, and there's somebody, your wife, looking over your shoulder, don't move your rook there.
Hey.
Oh, you just gave up that pawn for no reason. Again, you can't tell me that Gisele sitting around co-signing this decision because there's some other wives that are like, baby, you better go get that money. And it might be the right decision for them because I love what Sierra and Russell Wilson have done. That's been the right decisions for them. But you have to give Gisele some credit.
Did she give him, was she over the shoulder when he signed the highest deal? Because that was after they were married. Like, think about it. Like, but you don't get married the day you meet somebody, so they've been together for a year or so, whatever that
but what you're saying is based on something that was already going to happen. Like, he was already going to be the highest paid, but like that was in his future already, even prior to them.
But the deal has expired, and he could have still been hired in 18th in the NFL.
He could have been.
And why is he not?
Because he cares about winning, but also there's no necessary reason for him to have to do that because at home, I don't have to be I'm not the bread. Even if I was the highest paid player in the National Football League, I still wouldn't be the breadwinner in my house.
And so why, I agree. Why in 2010 are you still saying I got to be the highest paid player if you know you're already married to somebody who's making more money than you? If this was his agenda from day one, I would understand that.
Had he been in a relationship before? Has he been in a relationship before prior to this?
Man, don't count that. Look,
no, I'm just asking because
the baby's the same age.
All I'm saying is because sometimes you don't know what the future holds, so you got to make sure.
And
he protects himself.
You're arguing, his agent's Don Yee. You're arguing that Don Yee and Tom Brady went, I got to be the highest paid. I think in 2010, the relationship he had with Bob Kraft, where he was at as a player, I think the Patriots wanted to make him the highest paid player. They felt like he deserved that. He had earned that. They gave it to him. And who's going to say no to that? Now when they come to him at a later part in his career, when he's not as physically dominant, and he's in a different space, and you need more pieces around him to be successful, he's able to be in a different mindset because his wife is right there with him.
And TB12's right there on his head. And that hat that he's wearing, he's like, well, take care of my facility. I'll take it.
Yeah, but I'll add this too. When players get extended career shelf life, we have a tendency to overvalue ourselves from a price point. What Tom Brady has understood is, and he still understands, as long as I remain where I'm at and keep performing at the level, I'm not giving them a reason to push me out because I'm asking for too much.
True.
I'm staying in my lane, I'm performing, and I'm still being paid. Plus, I have a wife who is the breadwinner, so I don't need a whole lot from them, but I still want to play. So they're still giving me something that I really want, which is to play the game of football.
The thing I like about Brady and Russell Wilson, and I say this and people think it sounds callous or whatever, but marriage is the original business decision. It's the original business partnership. And a lot of people don't look at it that way. They marry solely for love, which is fleeting. They marry, oh, she looks good, or blah, blah, fleeting. It's a business decision. They made good ones. Coming up, we'll give you our latest approval ratings for Steph Curry and Uncle Jimmy.